Hello guys, so today we're going to go over some strategies on graphing and matching. I'm going to go over 4 problems and what you should technically do whenever you're working this problems out. And then I'm going to go over the rest of the problems and I'm just going to kind of fast forward them. That way you can see what steps you should take. Now, whenever it comes to graph and matching, literally, this is what you're going to have to do. Just try and graph the equations. Now, if you cannot graph them, I'm going to show you a quick way in which we might be able to avoid graphing, but those are going to be the last 2 problems that we're going to be explaining on here. So let's go to number 1. This one says function f is defined as f of x equals x squared plus 17x plus 60. What is the solution set for f of x equals 0? Right, so whenever it comes to this type of problem, just graph it. And that's exactly what we're going to do here. So I'm going to do f, then parentheses, x equals, we got x squared plus 17x plus 60. Enter. And then they're asking me here at the end, what is going to be f of x equals 0, right? What is the solution? So let me graph that one too. So it's going to be f of x equals 0. Now, this is a reason why I graph everything. Now, just in case you have no idea what solution is, which you should know, I mean, this is one of the things I'm pretty sure they taught you. Solution means x-intercepts. So we're looking for, I'm going to be looking at my x-axis and see whenever my line, the green one, the original one, is touching the x-axis. Now, if I type both of them, it shows me where the x-axis is. The x-axis is going to be this purple line that you see right here. So my job here is to see when this green line is touching the purple line. And guess what? It's touching it twice. And where it's touching, that's going to be my solution. That's going to be my x-intercept. So let's look at the first one. It's negative 12. And the second one, negative 5. So let me write those two. So it's negative 12, comma, negative 5. And then we just have to see if any one answer choices have that same thing. So the first one, no, they're positive. Ooh. Third one and fourth one, no. The only one that makes sense is letter B. So that's my answer for this one. There you go. That's it. Literally, for most of this one, you're just going to have to graph the problems. Let's go ahead and look at the next one. So right here it says, the table represents some point on the graph of an exponential function. Based on the table, which function represents the same relationship? Right here, same thing that we did before. I want you guys to graph the equations. So I'm going to go ahead and grab number 1. I'm going to put k parentheses x equals 0.2 parentheses 10 parentheses and to the power x. There we go. Now, as you can see, the graph is not going to be do me no good. What I'm looking for now is I'm looking for a table. So if you don't know how to bring up the table, you're going to click right here where it says edit list. And you're going to click on the one that says create a table. It's going to create a table for you. And it's going to give you values. Usually it's going to give you from negative to, well, I think negative 2 to 2. And you just keep scrolling down and you can put your own numbers that you want to see. So first of all, let's look at what do we get whenever we have negative 1. So whenever I have negative 1 over here, I get 0.02. I look at my table over here in decimals, exactly the same thing. I go again back to my table, 1 equals 2. 1 equals 2, that's perfect, but we need 3. So I'm going to type in 3. 3 equals 200. 3 equals 200, that works. And the last one is 5, so I put 5. 20,000, 20,000. So there you go, my answer is that one. I like it whenever they give you the answer on A because we're done with this one. My answer is literally A because everything matched perfectly. All right, let's go to another one. It says right here, the graph of a linear function is shown on the grid. Which equation in standard form represents this graph? Now, I'm going to show you and I'm going to tell you how to do this problem. I would highly recommend you guys to learn how to change standard form to y-intercept. Hopefully they taught you that in class. If not, I'm gonna show you like a little quick way to do it. And it's a couple steps. So first step, I'm gonna write the first problem here. Let me, let me zoom in a little bit. Look at the problem, it says plus 10y equals negative 39. I'm going to show you the way I did this problem earlier because I think it worked pretty nice. But I'm going to show you how to solve for x with this type. Oh, how to solve for y. We're going to have to change this to y-intercept, so we're going to be solving for this letter. What I'm going to do, I'm going to put my line right here in the equal sign, and you always move x. So I'm going to move this x first to the other side. Now, the 39 and the x, they're different terms, so they're not like terms. So I'm going to go ahead and just put them right next to each other. I cannot combine them. And then over here, I'm just going to bring down the 10y. Once I'm at this point, I'm going to divide both sides by 10. Okay, pretty easy. And then I'm going to get y equals, and I'm going to separate both of them into different fractions. So it's going to be negative 1 over 10x minus 39 over 10. Okay, that is my answer, and that's how I would type it in the calculator. But that might take some time. So I figure out a way that you can actually work this problem out, and kind of works pretty nicely. So you're gonna see that they're gonna give you 2 points on your graph. What I want you guys to do instead, go ahead and look at pick one of the points. You're gonna have to do eventually both of them just to double check that your answer is correct, but sometimes you don't have to. So let's go ahead and figure out this point. It's gonna be negative 9 for x, and it's gonna be 6 for y. What I'm gonna do, if you look at this equation, it says that this is equal to this, okay? Meaning that what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna be substituting this for x and y, okay? But remember, like I said, whenever we were working with equivalent problems, you cannot write x or y because it just won't store any numbers. I'm gonna set a as x and y. Oh, let me change it a little bit. Let's go back. And b as y. Now, all I'm going to do on this one is I'm going to go ahead and type this out. So it's going to be a is equal to, and guess what? I'm going to pick this point. So it's going to be negative 9. Enter, and then it's going to be b equals, what was the other one? 6. What I'm going to do now, I'm just going to be typing out every answer choice that I have here. Only the beginning part. If it doesn't give me 39, that is not my answer. I need to get 39. So let's do the first one. X, A, plus 10B. Boom, that is not my answer. So I can go ahead and mark it off. Second one. It's going to say 11A plus B. Negative 93, that is my answer. So let's go to the next one. 10A plus 11B. Negative 24, close, but not there. And then we're going to do the very last one, 11A plus 10B equals negative 39. So my last problem right here is my answer, sure. So that one's not it, that one's not it, and that one's not it. So that's how I would work the problem. But the proper way to do this is change all the equations like this, and then type it out in decimals and see whichever just looks exactly the same. You can do either or, but I just felt like it worked a lot faster doing it this way, the way that I did it. All right, so let's go back and go over the last problem. Same thing over here, and now you don't have a graph to match. And this is why I like this method. So let's read this one. Which equation in standard form best describes the line that has a slope of 17 over 8 and a y-intercept of -3. Now, in order to facilitate this a little bit for us, because we would have to change literally every single equation, we're going to do the same steps what we did on the top. I'm going to set a number for x and y. And guess what? I'm going to look at my y-intercept. Y-intercept is going to be 0, -3. Okay, those are going to be the 2 points that we're going to use. And we're going to set this as A and this as B. So let's go ahead and do that over here. So it's going to be A is equal to 0, enter, and then B is equal to -3. There we go. We're done with those. I'm going to go ahead and start typing my answer choices. So it's going to be 17, A minus 8B. We got a 24. So I know for a fact this is not my answer, and this might be my answer. Okay, now let's do the same thing, but for the other pair. So it's going to be 8A. Oh. There you go. So 8A minus 17B. There we go. We got 51. So that might be my answer. And that is definitely not my answer. Now, the reason why I did that is because those two equations, this one and this one, have a y-intercept of 3 or -3. So we can minimize our answer choices, giving us a 50-50% just in case you don't know how to solve for y. Once you get it to 50-50, all you have to do at this point is really just go ahead and see if you can get the slope of 17/8. And the only way that you can do this is by solving for y. So I'm going to go ahead. It's going to be -17, right? Or 17x minus 8y equals 24. You put your line right here. You move x first. So -17, -17. Those two cannot combine, so you bring it down. So it's going to be -17 x plus 24 equals -8y. Now we divide by -8 on both sides. And now we have y is equal to positive 17/8 x minus 3. And guess what? Did we get the same slope? Yes, that's the slope we're looking for. So my answer is this one right here. Okay, let's go ahead and do one last problem here, and then we'll move on. Oh, actually, no, we're done. I just saw that we did the first 4. That's the only 4 I wanted to do. Now, all the other ones, I'm going to go ahead and, I don't know what that happened. I'm going to go ahead and do the other ones, and you just can fast forward if you want. Well, hopefully this helps you guys out. And don't forget, just make sure you watch the video a million times just so you guys can see like the differences in the problems. And that way you get that practice that you need for the EOC. All right, so good luck, guys. See you guys next time.